Greetings, friends. Good morning. Okay, I think we're on with this. All right. Hello. It's not quite 9. We'll give you another minute to get settled here. Let's see. All right. Do our best today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Yoga Zone class on this Thursday. It's Annie from Eat Move Milwaukee. Thank you, Milwaukee Rec Department, for keeping us connected. We're going to start on our feet today, so I'm not trying to get too comfortable on that mat right now. I had a request today from dear Kate. Thank you for your request for a warrior series. So that was the seed that was planted, and I kind of took it a little bit farther to make it into a whole practice here for us. So so much this morning. It's amazing how things come together in our lives. I don't know, I feel this kismet sometimes or whatever. So as I was developing this practice, making this plan, I was trying to come up with maybe like a quote to share with you all this morning. So long story short, as I was finding this, a lot of these things that have been swirling in my life recently just came straight together. So it was kind of a mind-blowing experience. So I thank you, Kate, for suggesting this topic. When you did, the universe knew that maybe some people needed this kind of thing today. So we'll see where we go with it. But we are going to pretty much be standing most of the time until we do our cool down. So we'll have our pranayama in there. Welcome, Erin. Hello there. And let's see. All right. So that's where we shall begin. All right. So come to your mat, just bringing those feet right underneath you. So, of course, this is where I might have to be the warrior with my head cut off the whole time, but we'll do our best. I'll do my best to show you, feet as we go. So we're just going to start here in our mountain pose, Tabassimo. So bring those feet right underneath the hips. And you can start to close the eyes if you wish. Maybe just sort of shake out the arms and the shoulders. You can even bend and straighten the legs. Just kind of get your wiggles out or whatever. Root through those feet. Maybe you go up onto the toes and then you roll onto the heels. You can certainly bring your hands down in front if you wanted to intertwine the fingers, or cradle one open palm on top of the other, connecting the thumbs in a more contemplative position, mudra, to start. Or you could go straight ahead and take that mountain pose with those arms out. Whatever allows you to feel tall here in this mountain pose, but then relaxed and settled as we start to center. So for our warrior series this morning, I wanted to start with a quote for you. So just take a moment, again, feel those feet on the earth, tuck that tailbone, and observe your breath. You are the hero of your life and those you care about. Therefore, you have to develop a warrior mindset and learn to grow from pain, setbacks, failures, obstacles, challenges, losses, and all the hard times in your life. Take some deep breaths. I'll read that again. You are the hero of your life and those you care about. Therefore, you have to develop a warrior mindset and learn to grow from pain, setbacks, failures, obstacles, challenges, losses, and all the hard times in your life. Take some deep breaths. Observe your breath. Observe where you're feeling it in your body. And as you see where this practice may be going, with our theme at least, perhaps that intro quote helps you to form an intention. Maybe you brought an idea with you and you're going to stick to that. Maybe this is helping you come up with your intention right now. So wherever you are, whatever you brought today, whatever you need to set down, I invite you to create that intention for this practice. We'll be standing for most of the time. What sort of focus might you need to get through primarily a standing practice, or otherwise? It's yours. Take a couple more breaths. Let that intention set in. Take another couple of moments to let that set, knowing that it can unfold and evolve as you move through this practice. Root through those feet once again. Maybe soften the knees a bit. Draw the quadriceps up towards the glutes. Pull the navel into the spine, tuck the hips. Open up the shoulders. And then I invite you to bring those hands to the belly as we start with our first pranayama. This is our 4-7-8 breath. Keying into maybe any stress, anxiety that you might be feeling as we begin. Let's go straight at it. Let's take our breath straight to that and see what we can break up. Your next inhalation is through the nose. Take it in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Stand taller. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go through the mouth. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take 2 more rounds of breath at your pace. And slowly begin to drop those hands. Even before you open your eyes, maybe you just shake out those arms a little bit, move through the shoulders. Just feel, where are you in your body? Notice any places that feel tight, tense. Shake out those legs. And we'll start to warm up the spine. So you can open the eyes now. You're welcome to do this practice with the eyes closed. It would certainly be a challenge for balance. Go for it if that's what you need today. But I'm going to open my eyes. We'll start to warm up the spine. So again, we're rooting through those feet. Let's take the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Reach up. And then we take that bend over to the right to begin. So rooting through those feet, pressing through heels. You could bend up that left knee if you want. Press through the right heel. And you might reach for the left wrist with that right hand. And draw that wrist up towards the sky. Find that length in the left side body and bend. Keep that chest open. Breath in, take it back to the sky. We exhale over to the other side. So again, you might bend that right knee, press through the left heel, reach that arm up, stretch that side body. Come back to center. And then we're going to fold straight down. Just gently hanging here. Maybe your hands don't even touch the earth yet. Maybe you're just going to shake it out, hang and ragdoll, shake the head yes and no. And then we'll reverse swan dive up, bring the arms to the sky. Once you reach the top, take a little back bend. You might even take the elbows and open up there, open the heart, and bring it back down to center. I'm going to turn sideways as we twist. Take the arms up to the sky. Exhale, let's twist open. So try to keep those knees in line. Try to keep those hips forward. The arms may not go straight forward and back. Do your best. Aim that heart towards the front of your mat. Even if you're twisting to the side, think about aiming the heart forward. I know that sounds counterintuitive. Keep those hips forward. Back to the sky, inhale, and exhale, open up. So as I say, keep the heart forward. It's kind of like an isometric movement in the body. So we're clearly turning, twisting open, but then aim that heart forward, which may allow you to open that back arm a little more. Take it back to the sky. And we'll bring those hands down to heart center. We're going to heel toe these feet out about the width of your mat. So not a big stance quite yet. Take the arms behind the back. Just gently bring them behind the back. You can clasp the hands. You could take opposite elbows, roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Aim those knuckles towards the heels. We'll lift up the chest, breath in, and exhale, start to fold. You can soften the knees a little bit here as we go. Bring those arms up. Maybe you walk the shoulder blades together, or maybe you keep the heels of the hands together, making it a little bit more challenging. Send those knuckles to the sky. Allow that head and back to drop. Reach those arms up. Fold a little more deeply. Next breath in, let's come back up slowly, flat back. And release those hands, shake out the arms here. So find that mountain pose again. Settle in. Feel where those feet are on the earth. Tuck the hips. Open the collarbone. Think about that strong back. What do you need to be this strong warrior for right now? Take another breath. And then we bring those hands to heart center. We're going to step back into our warrior one. So with warrior one, we'll start with the right foot ahead. We're going to step this left foot back. Now in warrior one, our hips are more to the front, and that back foot is on an angle. So much different than warrior two, we'll get there soon. Front knee is over the ankle, and that back foot is turned out. So we're sending the energy into the outer blade of that back foot. Right? If you need to railroad track the feet, make them a little wider to accommodate for your hip structure, please do. Hands on the hips. Just pause here for a moment in this warrior one. Get your solid footing. Think about placing that energy in the outer blade of that back foot. And then when you're ready, we can send those arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears. And see if you can shift those hips to be more forward. Press through the outer blade of that back foot. Front knee is over the ankle. This doesn't have to be a deep movement here. We don't have to have ourselves way down here. That tends to bring the back heel off. So where can you go with that front knee to keep that back heel and outer blade of the foot on the earth? Reach up again. And then exhale, we're going to bring these arms behind the back. Again, clasping hands, or maybe you want to take opposite elbows. Notice that arch in the lower back. Take a breath in. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward, bringing that right shoulder to the right knee. So again, if you want to widen your stance, make any adjustments here, but drawing that right shoulder to the inside of that knee. And these arms can go up overhead. Let that gaze be right at the top of the foot or towards the top of the mat, in the name of keeping that neck nice and long. So we don't have to crunch it down like this, but you don't have to stick the head out. So just kind of right around the foot there is our gaze. One more breath here. And then we come back up. Release those hands. You can take them back up to the sky. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale and pivot that back foot into Warrior Two. So I'll turn here so you can see me. So now I have front knee over the ankle. That back foot is on an angle. The front heel and the arch of the back foot are in alignment. So check that out. Hips are now more to the side than to the front. And I can see myself here. See if your arms are level. Reach out through those fingertips. Drop shoulders away from the ears. And you can look over those front fingertips. Imagine you're pressing blocks against the wall with those thighs. So strong thighs, open up those hips. Front knee is tracking towards the pinky toe. Take some breaths here. And then we're going to inhale those arms up and exhale behind the back. So again, you can take elbows, you can take clasped hands. Another breath in, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, we bow down into that humble warrior once again. So you decide where you want these hands to go. Do you want them to float up? So we're taking that shoulder towards the knee. I say towards, it doesn't have to touch. We're taking it in that direction. And then we come back up. You can bring those arms to the sky if you want, and then bring them back to that Warrior Two for a moment. We'll take that front hand and flip it up, and then reach back into our reverse warrior. So let that left hand slide down the back leg. Reach that right hand to the sky. Find that stretch through the right side body. Enjoy that stretch. Breathe. Keep that front knee tracking towards the pinky toe. One more breath in. And then we start to move back through that Warrior Two and into side angle. So we're bringing that front forearm to the thigh. And this top arm has some options. So we can bring the bicep towards the ear, making that long line between the back heel and the fingertips here. You could take that arm behind the back and open up that chest a little more to the side. You could take the arm straight up to the sky. And one of my favorites, if you want to tone the arms more, is to hold that beach ball here. So you choose one of those. If you want to go even more advanced, you could take a bind, bringing your arm underneath the leg, finding that hand behind you, and opening up. This would definitely be a more advanced posture. But if you're ready to try something like that, go for it. Challenge yourself today. It feels good to do that. It's one of my favorite yoga poses. Sink into that front leg. Open the chest. And we'll move back to our Warrior Two. And then we're going to step to the front of the mat. Step here. And my front was supposed to be here because my blocks are there. So wherever those blocks are, we'll start to move into our Warrior Three. So I want you to take a breath here. Catch your breath. If you haven't done a Warrior series, this can be quite intense. So let's take a breath here and just observe. And then we're going to move into that Warrior Three. So I'll give you some variations. Again, you can have those blocks down below for balance. We're going to start to bring that right foot back. Just start with the tip of the toe on the earth. You can have hands on hips. You can start to bring those arms overhead. So we're going to begin to tip here. And I have my ballet bar. I'm going to try not to use it, but I'm going to try to sneak my hands under it. So my front foot is pointed forward. Let's step back a minute. That right hip is wrapping towards the earth. If you have blocks, you can place your hands on those blocks. But as you find your balance, rooting through the arch of that base foot, reach those arms out, biceps towards the ears, and point that back foot down towards the earth, hip wraps towards the earth. Reach out. You have this beautiful balance pose here. If you can find your sweet spot, you can feel so, so strong. So here's where you could use those blocks. And maybe you start with the blocks just to get that solid footing. And then maybe you float off of those blocks. Stay the course, take your time, go where you can today, but start somewhere. It's hard to talk and do that at the same time. It's an added challenge. One more breath here in our warrior three. Extend. And then we bring those hands down either to blocks or to the earth. And we'll make our way into a high split. So from here, you reach that back leg up to the sky. Certainly doesn't have to point straight up to the sky. And then we're going to bring that back foot down. And then we find ourselves in our warrior one on the other side. So take a breath here again. Okay, so now I have my left foot forward. Knee is over the ankle. And I've got that back foot on an angle, sending energy through the outer blade of that back foot, turning those hips more to the front. So definitely feeling some internal tension through that back leg as we move those hips. Maybe you're feeling it in the hip. Inhale those arms up, breath in. Exhale, take those shoulders down away from the ears. Take another breath in. And then exhale those arms behind the back. You could take opposite elbows, clasp hands, send those knuckles to the earth. Breath in, raise the chest. And then exhale, we bow down towards that front knee, taking the left shoulder towards the left knee. Reach those knuckles up. And you can take that gaze to the floor. Again, not craning the neck one way or another. Just let it be neutral. One more breath in. And then come back up. And then we'll pivot that back foot into our warrior two on this side. So make any adjustments. Front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. It's okay to take that time. If you don't do a lot of warriors, it may not come as natural to you to land right in the spot. If you do this enough, your body will automatically know what angles to take. So give yourself time to set that up. So that front knee is over the ankle, knee is tracking towards the pinky toe, hips are more to the side. If you've done this and you know all of this, then just spend this time powerfully experiencing warrior two. Open up the chest, reach through those fingers, gaze over the front fingers here. Breathe. And we'll reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, bring them behind the back. Again, you can take elbows or clasp hands. Take another breath in. And then we exhale, leaning over that front knee. So humble warrior from warrior two. Next breath in brings us back up, pressing into that front foot to come back up. We bring those arms out, widen the collarbone again. Take a breath. And then we flip that front palm. Take another in-breath here, moving back to reverse warrior. Let that right hand go down the back of the leg. Keep tracking that front knee over the ankle, over the pinky toe and over the ankle. Reach through the top hand. Find length in that left side body. And then we come back to our warrior two for just a moment and pass into side angle. So again, you have options here. You could take that top arm to the ear. Nice long line between fingers and the heel of that back foot. Keep opening that front knee, tracking towards the pinky toe. So the options we have here, and I didn't even offer all of them. There are just so many different options in side angle. You could also place that hand on a block down on the earth or behind. So you can keep the arm here, bring it to the sky, sweep that arm behind the back to open the chest more. You could take that beach ball, or even a bind, opening the chest. So you decide what works for you today. What would feel best? One more breath here. We come back up to that warrior two, and we're going to step to the top of the mat. Take a breath here. I'm going to rearrange my blocks again for that warrior three on the other side. Just observe your breath. And then we'll root through that right foot and start to draw that left foot back. And then gently start to tip. Maybe you plant those hands on blocks. So if you choose to move through this practice more frequently and you make it into more of a flow, you may take this warrior three straight from that warrior two. All different ways that we can experience this warrior flow. So from here, I'm wrapping that left hip towards the earth. Toe is pointing down. And then I start to bring those arms out. Reach through fingers. Press through that back heel. Take your gaze down to the earth. Keep extending here. Breathe. Allow yourself wiggle room. One more breath in. And then we bring those hands down to the blocks or down to the earth. And we find that high split on this side. Reach that leg up. And then we'll slowly start to bring it down into that warrior one again. So before we move through another round or another modification of that round, let's step to the top of the mat. Find that breath. We'll take our next pranayama. From this standing position, you can use the height of your body as your visual for waterfall pose, or excuse me, waterfall breath. Waterfall pose would be interesting too. Hands to the belly. Take an in-breath, fill up those lungs. Make your way to the top of that waterfall. See that warrior, that strong presence at the top of a beautiful waterfall. Open up the collarbone. As you exhale, let the breath cascade over the falls in 3 smooth parts. Inhale deeply. Take it all the way up. Exhale 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. One more round of waterfall breath. And we'll move back to the top of our mat and move through another variation of this series. So we'll start with that right foot forward, step the left foot back to an angle. Hips are more to the front than to the side. Place your energy in the outer blade of that back foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop shoulders away. Strong here in warrior one. Spiral those pinkies towards each other as you reach those arms up. Take a breath in, and then we will pivot into our warrior two. So adjust here if you need to. Front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Hips are more to the side. Tuck the tailbone. Press those blocks into the wall behind you. Reach through fingers. Raise the corners of your mouth up to your ears. Happy Thursday. Take an inhalation, bring those arms to the sky. Exhale, bring them behind the back. Open the chest. And find your humble warrior, bowing over that front leg. Maybe you like to clasp the hands and walk those shoulder blades together. You choose what is best for you with those arms. One more breath here. We come back to that warrior two. Flip the front palm. Inhale, take that reverse warrior. Slide that arm down the back. Tracking that knee over the ankle towards the pinky toe. We bring ourselves back to warrior two. We're going to add a triangle pose here. Straighten that front leg. Not locking the knee, but straightening it. Reach forward, extending. And when you can't reach anymore, then we're just going to tip. Just tip the body so we're not moving at the waist. We're tipping those arms and taking a lateral bend into that triangle. Open the chest to the side. Reach through that top arm. Breathe. And then we'll return to that warrior two. Press into that front foot. And from here, we're going to see if we can cartwheel now into that warrior three. So cartwheeling those arms around to blocks or to the earth. Take your time. Lift that back leg. Again, you can use those blocks if you wish. Wrap that left hip towards the earth. And maybe you bring those arms out. This is where I'm limited in my space. I didn't allow enough, but I'm going to make the most of it. Keep your steady gazing point just ahead of your mat. Breathe. Root through the arch of that base foot. One more breath in. And then we reach those arms down to the earth and take that high split. Breathe. Take it down. Bring yourself back to that warrior one. Let's step to the top of the mat. Slowly. Bring that foot down. Observe your breath. Pause. Notice your strength. It's there. Just notice it. Showing up on your mat today was your first superpower. You've got this. And we'll take it to the other side. So we'll step back into warrior one with that left foot leading. Reach that energy through the outer blade of that back foot. Front knee is over the ankle. Hips are more to the front. Take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Stay here, spiraling those pinkies towards each other. One more breath in. And then we open up to that warrior two. Make adjustments with the width of your stance. Front foot, the heel of the front foot is in line with the arch of the back foot. Find your steady gazing point, your drishti, over those front fingers. Hips are more to the side. Send those blocks into the wall behind you with those strong legs. Open up the hips. Reach the arms up, breath in. Exhale, reach them behind. We'll clasp hands, take another breath in. And then exhale as we bow over that front leg. Humble warrior. Come back to that warrior two. When you're ready, we flip that front palm and take it to that reverse warrior, finding that beautiful length in the side body on the left. Reach that arm up. Knees over the ankle, tracking towards pinky toe. And we bring it back to warrior two. And we'll find that triangle. So straighten that front leg, not locking the knee. Extend forward here on your mat. And then we tip into our triangle. Do your best to bring that arm straight up to the sky. And let that other arm dangle, or maybe you have a block on the earth. The goal is not to get that hand to the earth. Not everybody moves like that. It's okay if you don't. We have this beautiful triangle here. Maybe you look up towards that top hand. Next breath brings us back to warrior two. We bend into that front leg. And we're going to try to step to the front for that warrior three. Or cartwheel to the front, rather. All right, so move those arms around. Are you using blocks? Are you placing hands on the earth? Are you going to float? Bring your weight into that front foot. Wrap the right hip towards the earth. And then find your full extension here. So I'm just taking opposite elbows because I don't have the space to extend my arms in this position that I'm in. But I'm making the most of it. Use the space that you've got. Extend. Stretch those shoulders away from the navel. Get long through the spine. Wrap that right hip towards the earth. One more breath in. And then we reach down for the blocks or for the earth, and we send that leg up to high split. Do your best. This does not have to be a huge, enormous split. It may not look much different than your warrior three. That is okay. One more breath in, and we release back into that warrior one. Take a moment here, let that blood resettle in the head. We just had an inversion. And take yourself back to the top of your mat. Find that mountain pose with those hands out to the side. Let your breath settle. Let the blood settle. Let the energy settle. Strength. You've got this. We're going to bring those hands to the belly. Moving into our next pranayama. This is our lion's breath. So I was inspired by this as I was looking for a beautiful warrior quote for you. I kept coming up with all of the lions, all of the Leos, which is my sign. And this is part of my mind-blowing experience this morning as I've been moving through some things. So I thought I'd bring you lion's breath. It can be very powerful. It all is coming together now. So we can take our paws to our legs as we've done, but maybe you just take your paws and gently place them on your belly. Just pause here for a moment. Pause your paws. We'll open the eyes. So we'll take a breath in, squeeze that face in, lean the head back, and as you exhale, open that mouth, stick out the tongue, open the eyes. You can take the eyes up to the sky too. Breathe in again. Let it go. And one more time. Release. We're going to heel toe those feet out just to the width of the mat. Take those arms behind the back again. Maybe you clasp hands. Maybe you take opposite elbows. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Breathe in. And then exhale, just fold over those legs. So the toes are pointing forward. The feet are parallel. And we can walk those shoulder blades together, drawing those arms over the head. Imagine that they're going to reach all the way over the head and touch the floor. Next in-breath, we come up. And as you come up, you can start to bend into those legs and find a yogi squat. If you prefer a goddess squat, which is less deep, goddess squat would be more like this. You can take one of those. Otherwise, join me in malasana, a yogi squat, to finish before we head straight down to our mat. Open up those knees. Feel the hips. Find length in that spine. So lift up out of those hips, find length. If you want to go deeper here with this hip opener, you could take fist to palm or fist to fist, really opening up, feel it in the shoulders. Lift up out of those hips, breathe. One more breath in. We slowly release. And let's gently make our way down to the earth. We can take those legs out straight. Shake out those legs. I'm going to move my camera angle as you remove the flesh from under the sit bones. Get yourself settled there in this staff pose. Dandasana. Shake out the legs. So we did stretch a bit in the backs, the hamstrings there, so we're going to move into those a little more. Inhale up. Exhale, let's fold. Take another breath in, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, release. Bring it back up, circle through those shoulders, plant the hands, open that chest, open the heart, strength, and release. Take those arms up. Exhale, hug the left knee, plant the foot. We'll circle that arm around, hug or hook the elbow, find length on an inhale, and then twist. Release, take that counter turn here. And back to center. We'll extend that leg. Inhale. Exhale, hug that other knee in. Plant the foot. We're going to circle this arm. Hug or hook the other elbow. Find length on your inhale. And exhale, twist. And slowly release. Take that counter turn. And back to center. We're going to start to lower all the way down to our back. So just gradually lower down, walk down on your forearms, or maybe you want to guide yourself slowly using those strong core muscles. Once you arrive, take a full body stretch. We'll melt those hands down to the belly, moving into our final pranayama. Samavriti. This is just our equal breath. Finding an equal inhalation and exhalation. Take one more round of this equal breath, and then any other movements that you feel would complete your practice, any other twists or side bends. And when you're ready, find your final relaxation in Shavasana, letting those hands rest, maybe loosening those shoulder blades or the glutes, and just breathe normally here. Take this Shavasana as long as you need, even if it's well beyond the close of our practice. Let all of this integrate. Remember your strength. Bring your attention back to the space, wiggle fingers and toes, take another stretch. Eventually making your way to one side of your mat, cradle that head and that bottom arm, take another breath. When you're ready, press up to seated, eyes can stay closed if you wish. Bring hands to heart center, bowing slightly over those hands. Breathe. No matter where you are on your journey, I'm so glad you paused today to share this practice with me. The light, love, and peace in me recognizes and honors the light, love, and peace in you. Namaste. I thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much, Kate, for this wonderful recommendation or idea for our practice. remember, this is, it is what you make it. It's all what you make it. But we have the strength to do some amazing things. First, you got to show up, and you all did that today. So I thank you. So hopefully you feel the good energy, and maybe you have a day where all of the circles seem to come together. It's an amazing feeling. I wish you well. Happy Thursday. Peace.